Welcome back to Enjoying Retirement. Today we're going to the Wellesley Island State Park, upstate New York, right along the St. Lawrence Seaway, just about a mile short of the border with Canada. And as you can see, this is the Thousand Islands region. You cross the International Bridge, and the first exit you come to takes you to the state park. We headed straight to the Nature Center. It's a beautiful place to visit, because what we're doing today is we're going to take a hike on the main trail along the shore towards Eel Bay. That's about a 1.25 mile hike. We got there early in the morning, about 8 o'clock, so that we could go out and see the early morning sights and get the early morning sun. It's a beautiful hike. There's interpretive signs along the way. There's benches in the area. It is just a great place to go and see. The trails are well marked. You can't really get lost. There's several variations of where you can go. We're keeping it simple. Trails about 1.25 miles, and it hugs the coastline all along the north and western shore. As you're looking, don't just look at the trees. Take a look at the microscapes too. The rocks are just beautiful, the moss growing on them. And you get an occasional view of wildlife that you may not see everywhere. In this case here, we have a pileated woodpecker, about the biggest woodpecker I've ever seen. These things are about the size of a crow. Really interesting to see in person. Again, more beautiful rocks. You can see there's a lot of granite here. This place was really shaped during the last ice age. And there's a few things that we'll look at coming up that talk about that. But this is very much a relic and made by the ice movement.
The water is clear, right?
The trail is fairly well maintained. This is the only place that got a little bit iffy. Occasionally climbing up some rocks, but not really. But you're rewarded with just beautiful views. This is a 2,600-acre state park. It has a lot of amenities, about 436 campsites, cabins, nature trails. In the winter, you can cross-country ski. There's a full boat marina, general store, recreation area, and a swimming hole that we'll show later on. Make sure you get off the trail a little bit. Sometimes it'll take you right near the water. Just walk on over and take a view. It's spectacular, and the water is very clear. This is one of the Ice Age relics I was talking about. Not too far along the trail, they have these two potholes. This one, I think, is about 15 feet deep, and it was formed by the glacial melt, rocks and sand swirling around, and it just carved this thing straight down. Now we're getting further along, and we're coming to a section near the Narrows. This is where Eel Bay and the Narrows come together. This is, for the hike we took, this is the most scenic location on the hike. It is just beautiful. This would be a great place for a picnic, or to come out and just sit and watch the boats, watch the waves, watch the wildlife, do whatever. It's just a great view. We're looking back towards Eel Bay here. And now we are coming in and panning through the Narrows, which is just a gap between two islands. This is the Thousand Islands region of New York, and there are plenty of islands and plenty of things to see. The water was surprisingly clear, just beautiful. A few more views. The higher up you go, you come off the shoreline and you start moving up to a bluff, and the views just keep getting better and better. Just after this area, you hit the top, you'll hit a confluence with the middle trail. And if you turn to the left, there's a bench and this map showing you the sights of Eel Bay. From this point, we decided to turn around and head back. And on the way, we got a few more views, and I got to see a mammal that I've never seen in the wild before. Maybe you have, but stick around, we'll take a look at it. That's Mosquito Island right there. And there he is. That is an American mink. My wife saw it first. She's really proud of herself for getting the first look at it. She did very good. I was off filming something else and she was watching this little guy. You can tell he's an American mink. He's got that little white patch under his chin. That was really fun to see. And for me, it's fun to see some wildlife I've never seen before. Here's our last look at Mosquito Island in Eel Bay. It has a home on it and a little boat dock, but I got to tell you, it'd be quite interesting to see how they'd advertise that. Welcome to your new home, Mosquito Island in Eel Bay. But nonetheless, it's a beautiful place. All right, so now we're back to the Nature Center. We're all sweaty. We're going to head over to the swimming hole. This is the other side of the park. It's got a great country store there, arcades inside, and this beautiful little beach, which was surprising to me because the water was surprisingly warm. Being from California, I'm used to lake and river water being quite cold, but this was very pleasant and it was a great way to refresh after a hike. I highly recommend this area. Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this. And as always, I'm enjoying retirement.